Hey guys, thanks to EA Sports and Codemasters, I'm taking a quick look and giving my initial and raw impressions for the upcoming release of F1 24. Now, I've had a quick look in the menus and the overall vibe that F1 24 gives, but I'm yet to get behind the wheel of an F1 car. So, seeing as Codemasters have updated some tracks, I'll be playing my favourite track in Spa as my favourite F1 driver on the grid, Daniel Ricciardo, if you couldn't tell. Now, I'll be using my beloved Next Level Racing cockpit alongside my ThrustMaster TS-XW wheelbase and the Ferrari SF 1000 wheel add-on by ThrustMaster, which I've used for most of the F1 videos on my channel. Now, let's take a look in the game and actually see how the game feels.
High-speed straights, heady elevation changes, and
Alrighty, well again, thanks to EA Sports and Codemasters, I'm racing around Spa as Daniel Ricciardo, setting up some qualifying, seeing how we go on that side. Yeah, I'll give my initial sort of reactions and thoughts, hopefully as I'm racing, if I'm not concentrating too hard. And of course, I will be reviewing the game once the game has fully launched and released. But now, you know, doing some quick shot qualifying, doing a very quick race just to get sort of initial raw thoughts, and yeah, let's go. Whoop, I shifted too early. Alright. First thought so far is I don't have to worry about, I think it was last year's F1 23, that if you planted your foot on a rumble or on a corner, even while you had traction control completely turned on, you'd kick out a little bit if you were too throttle heavy. And that doesn't seem to be the case here. It feels a little bit more like F1 22's handling. Like the car feels a bit more snug and secure. The track itself, it feels like it's a bit more safer to go wide in some areas. Like normally I take that corner pretty wide. I normally take this corner very wide. Probably will happen in the race. And if I don't pay attention to where I'm going, I will go wide, because I was looking at my gear just then. What else? Yeah, the car feels a little bit more grippy. The track itself, like, I absolutely always adore driving on this. If I can get the corners right, that is. There we go, what do we get? What do we get? P1, baby! I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. On to the race next, I guess. Alrighty, starting first, Spa. That's kinda where you want to be, I guess. Alrighty, let's see how we go. I'm getting a bit of feedback and rumble, you might be able to hear in that sort of section. Those Red Bulls are fucking flying. Whoop, and I just hit Perez pretty hard. This isn't supposed to be like Mario Kart, but that was my bad. Alright, besides that Perez lap tap just then, felt more like Stroll than Ricciardo, but it doesn't, I'm not feeling kickouts on the curb. So last year, when I was doing my initial impressions then, I remember going around wide on a corner, I want to say it was at Bahrain, and I just kicked out completely. and that was with traction control fully turned on. Now here, it doesn't feel, you feel more safe in planting your feet. That might be different if you turn traction control off. Each year, as I get used to the game, I do turn sort of a difficulty off or increase the difficulty sort of style thing. Like that was most likely be a lockup right there, that braking, because that was pretty harsh.
Okay, DRS is now available.
That's not what I want. Gotta get used to braking softly. What else can I say? The game graphically, I think, looks beautiful. Problem is, I've got two cars with DRS right behind me, so I'm going to stick over to the left. I mean, I started P1, but the AI don't feel sort of murderous like they have felt previously. I remember previous games when I would stream them on Twitch, I'd get furiously angry at the George Russell AI when he was in the Williams because he'd constantly crash into me. And well, that's where my disdain for George Russell started. For the video game. But personal rankings of drivers aside, even on a bit of an old wheelbase like mine, I am running an old TS-XW ThrustMaster base. It feels nice, like the vibration still feels good in the hand, so I don't know if they've done anything with that on that side. Ooh, they're catching.
Job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final
lap, and I've got Perez pretty close to me. I think I'm shifting too quickly. I am. He is catching. Alrighty, come on. Now, I'm not the best driver in the world. I am aware of this. There's no way I'm going to make an esports league or anything like that. But just my intermediate casual fan, oh, I'm more than a casual fan, but like my impression so far is it feels nice to drive, but it doesn't feel like a massive departure from last year's entry. The tyres feel more secure. I will say the handling feels a bit better, but it's not like it's not a massive night and day difference, but it is a learning curve that you have to sort of work with. The droning of that engine, damn. Alright, so the game does have real driver audio for radios now. Let's see what happens if we cross as the Honey Badger. There we go. What's he got?
Yeah, I knew this was going to come. So thanks for having my back.
I think that's pretty cool. I think that's kind of rad.
The honey badger, the most ferocious animal on the planet.
There we go. There's Crofty, but I think. Oh look, I can't wait for this game to actually fully release as well, because I will be playing this with mates and co-op, career and all that sort of stuff. But what I've played so far, it feels a bit more grippy. The car sort of feels like it doesn't want to kick out on corners now anymore, especially if you've got traction control fully turned on and you plant your foot. That doesn't really feel like a problem like it was last year, but yeah, let's hope he does a shoey and go from there, I guess.
One thing is clear today, RB have really shown their prowess on the track. This is a team that isn't afraid to take risks. whether that's on the circuit or in the new talents they hire. Today, those risks certainly paid off.
Sadly, no shoey. But there we go. F1 24 releases very soon. I will be covering the game when it reviews as well, or I will be reviewing the game. And thanks again to EA Sports and Codemasters for this opportunity to not only interview Lee, but to play more F1. I absolutely love these games. But whether you're an F1 fan because you've loved Drive to Survive, or this is your first entry into the F1 video game world, always remember to play with each other and play with yourself.
Very soon.